Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the third and probably, hopefully, final part
let's hope.
of this special live Feelings Fest. Luke, take it away.
Yeah, so, down in the cellar, Cinder Sam has disarmed and diffused the drunken, volatile situation down here with free tarot readings. And, oh, terrible, bloody, fanged, and hooved nightmare horse, you are being approached by Thistleberry the acrobat, who, just to describe him for a moment, his face is very green and very berry-like in its texture. His clothes are all like a duller green and have not spines, but like little kind of like hairs, like at the surface of a thistle. And then his hair is like purple and kind of like stands right up like Jedward, not quite as tall, and is made of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he kind of like comes over to you and he's like, you like paw at the ground a little, he holds up his hand, he's like, whoa, you no need to get shirty with a fellow performer. I'm not here to make any jokes about your mother.
I do not have one.
That's pretty dope. Can I make a proposition to you? Can we talk business, show business?
I don't know. Are they making a play?
Yeah, he might be setting a scene for you, actually.
Okay.
Picture this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll because in this game I'm allowed to do that. I think he has I think there's no reason he doesn't have a +1. I think that's reasonable. All right, he got a 7. So he's gonna reveal what he'd like you to do. And so he's like, look, I'm just gonna lay it out for you. I can see you're a horse that doesn't like to horse around, so we're just gonna go straight in. I want in. You guys are doing a show here? I want in. It doesn't look like you have an acrobat.
Can I take that as an insult from afar?
I don't believe you can, no. However, given that you are back now, if you would like to appear into the scene, you may do so.
I
don't want to join the circus, to be clear. I like you. No offense, you folks seem lovely, but like not my style. I just like, royal generosity and all that. I want in.
Yeah, and the nightmare horse looks at them with blood red eyes, and says no.
Excellent. Good.
Is there a play there? And is it put them off?
I feel like that's the most appropriate one.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be a play, but like put them off is fun. So,
or you could just drown them.
I'm not there yet. Yeah, I'm going to put them off. So I have a +0.
Or you could waylay them with your words.
I get a 6.
Ooh, great. Onimus, be prepared for the worst. Perhaps you've insulted them. Yeah, I think you see all of the, like, you're like, no. And he's taken aback for a moment. Like, I'm sorry, what did I just hear? I did not even consider that this could happen. Then he like frowns and his face goes like dark and like kind of like angry. And all of the like hairs on his clothes like go like hard and sharp and like stand up like he bristles. And he's like, fine, be that way. He turns around and he walks off. And in case you all didn't realize, you're now going to have a second problem person in your performance. Because yeah, he's not interested in playing along with the circus. Do we now feel satisfied that we have what we need to plan a performance and
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we have a target-rich environment, and
we're ready to go. I'm going to drag you all over to the playbill. Roll 20 magic.
Exciting. Exciting.
So, let me just talk really briefly about what's going to happen now. First, we're going to plan a show, which basically is you're going to list performers and what they're doing, and then put them in an order. And it'll be showtime. We're going to go through the performance in kind of like little duets or trios doing each act. And then at the finale of the performance, everyone is going to secretly make 3 climactic choices that will then have effects upon this place and the people here and the circus. And yeah, and then we did it. Good job. Yay.
Okay.
While you're planning the performance, you can talk about your priorities, but you cannot ask anyone what they're going to choose as the climactic choices, or tell them what you think they should choose, or you might be insulting or beholdening each other. And yeah, there may be problem people in the audience, and if you can't win them over or deal with them, they will also get to make climactic choices and could fuck
Right. Okay.
Wait, in the fun way?
you. And I think I've made it clear enough, so I'm happy to be explicit about it. Like, the problem people are the Snow Queen and Thistleberry.
And okay, cool. All right.
I don't think
Okay.
Mel's going to make it to the performance. He's just going to be passed out. So-
He's yeah, exactly.
Face down on the floor of the drinking hall. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Look. The queen, I'm gonna leave the people with the strong like insight into them to deal with. But Thistleberry wants to cause problems. They can go to Times Square as well. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
There
Makes
must just a sudden rash of unexplained happenings in Times Square ever since Jumbo started traveling with the circus.
Mhm.
Okay. So, does it make sense to put like Briar as kind of a ringmaster-y? Luke can do a bit of interstitial between acts,
Yeah, make them
given
do
it the
it.
most.
Yeah, make me work for my supper. That's it.
Mhm.
Also, because I want Briar screen time. Because
course
I'm
you do.
look. I have nothing.
Everyone's allowed to have favorite NPCs. It's okay. Ring master.
I do kind of want to just go bouts against all comers for Jumbo.
Yeah.
Just
Legit.
like, all right, come fight me.
That's kind of what I was thinking also.
I mean, we could do
You and I have a lot of overlap,
we could
you
do
could
a
do it,
joint
Thomas.
bout.
but there's feats of valor, which I think is a little more fitting for one as noble
Mm.
as
For
you
your
is.
station.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think Quartermaster is going to take on the role of guide and host.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some magic.
Specific.
Cool.
Some magic.
Okay.
Why?
quickly whipping through our list of like what our audience wants. The majority of the retinue are just bored, so a show
Mm-hmm.
will make them happy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As long as it's good. The prince, the king, even he's small.
The
so
king
my brain
and
says
the
prince.
queen like want to open up to each other
Mm,
emotionally and reconnect.
yeah.
Mm.
I feel like the person best suited for that is Crooked Sam.
Mhm. Mhm.
I want to say.
Yeah. I have some thoughts on that.
I can help. I'm really good at getting people to open up.
Again, that thing about overlap.
Yeah.
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 And
No,
to
that sounds
clarify, you don't mean open up by like literally open up their bodies.
A disemboweled person is very open.
very, very vulnerable. Yeah.
And impending doom does make people
Look,
more
the
emotionally
sword-
available.
The sword is a real sword, but it's also a metaphor. Okay,
Mhm.
it's also a metaphor.
Yeah.
Powerful
I
metaphor.
mean, in this game,
violence is a game that fairies play. Yeah.
So do we want to give Crooked Sam our kind of the finale spot to appeal to our two royal patrons? Is
Can
that
do
a
that.
good?
Yeah.
Then
I can kind of like if there are some narrative ideas that have been being built along the way, I can kind of like
Mm.
give the
Tie them together.
give the kind of message at the end.
In the
in a-
RPG
in a
business, we call
theatrical
that
way.
reincorporation.
And there you go. Mhm.
If the shadows have offended.
Yeah, exactly.
good,
Mhm.
good. Ashley, where do you see the Nightmare Horses guiding and hosting fitting in here?
I feel like this is like a before.
This is the Esmeralda play. The like, I'm gonna.
That
leave
episode
people in their
isn't up.
seats and fuck with them.
That
I know.
episode isn't done yet.
I'm just talking to the two of you. All right. So,
Yeah.
So Quartermaster, like technically before the opening, or like
Yes, yeah.
pre-show,
And then I feel
and
opening
Briar's ringmaster.
probably, yeah, Briar.
Yep. Okay.
And then
And then Eunice was the feats of valor. You said, Andrew.
Yeah, of the things listed, I think that is the most. I mean,
I mean, those are
technically,
things.
one
Those
of
are
my
just things to consider. You can do whatever the fuck you want, right? Like,
yeah.
one of my trappings is a musical instrument of mortal make, contrary and unmastered. So it'd be really funny to play some terrible music early. But I don't think Eunice wants to chance it and lose face for such a pivotal performance.
Mm.
That's like her pet act that she's working on,
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the side.
This-
Like she really wants to be a musician, but
we could
One of these days.
we could do the split of if Jumbo goes first, takes bouts against all comers, proves that no attendant of king or queen is mightier than the circus, and then Eunice comes on as like, and I'm even cooler.
yeah, I'm happy to follow Jumbo up.
Look at my extreme
It's a very
valor.
circus way of doing things.
Yeah.
Okay, so bouts against all comers with Jumbo, followed by great against
Mhm.
all comers. All right, cool. I think in that case, is everyone happy? Are we satisfied? We're ready to do the show. Do you all want to take like a minute to talk about like aesthetic theme or like anything, or like are you guys happy to just like wing it? Like,
I have a thought to contribute on that bit,
Hit
which
me.
is I think before the show when we're kind of all like gathered together and discussing this, I lay out a few cards on the kind of table that we're gathered around or whatever. Which of course I think maybe if anyone has been like pays a lot of attention when I do readings, maybe they can recognize which cards are which, but they're just so like messed up and like soot stained that like I point to them as though it's obvious what they are, but it's really not obvious what they are.
And
I
this is
think-
part
I
of the
think-
charlatan's trick, right? That you can just say the card is what you want.
Right, I can just say that. No, I think I
think-
genuinely haven't noticed.
Sure, okay.
I think Quartermaster does recognize the cards. Like they pay enough attention.
They pay attention. Yep. Yeah. So you know that I'm always actually telling the truth, but it does seem like I could just make it up. And so I sort of lay them out, and I say to everyone, so these are the cards I drew this morning. And I like indicate that we have the moon and we have the star in very important places. And I'm recommending this as kind of a bit of a thematic tone, and sort of indicate that that's like some stuff I'm gonna draw from at the end. So themes of like trickery and mysteriousness, but also hope
Mm-hmm.
would be things I recommend.
Okay.
Okay. Shall we?
Cool.
Do with that what you will.
Yeah, right. And so I think like, lights down.
Your legs, everybody.
I almost wonder. I almost wonder. Like, we probably get like curtains down and like a little like comedy bit with like Quartermaster. But anyway, curtain up, stage lights up, and I think the stage where this is all being performed is on top of the still. So like the inside of Orchard Cross, this massive tree, is like hollow. The trunk is hollow. And the central main chamber of like the actual tree bit is just this enormous brass still that just like fills the fucking like, diameter of the interior. And so I think you're like on top of the polished brassy top of this still, and then like around the inside of the trunk, like on the inside of the bark, there are all these little like platforms that people are like sitting on and gathered on, and you can see like, there's the there's the king and there's the the Snow Queen and all of them hanging around. Quartermaster, like what is your guiding and hosting looks like?
Yeah,
How do you want to play this opportunity?
so I think this scene in the show starts before everyone has taken their seats. And before the like stage lights come up on the stage, there is a ear-piercing and like almost like nails on a chalkboard, like neighing that reverberates through the entirety of Orchid Cross, and quite literally from the main like atrium, the Nightmare Horse leads the audience to the stage where the show is to be performed, and almost like ethereally, like the way it's done, like in the stage production, is there's multiple people in the Nightmare Horse costume appearing in different places and leading people to different seats, and in amongst all of this, I am going to lead Thistleberry not to a seat. And I lead them onto the stage, into the center spotlight, and then I open a hatch on the still and I drag them down.
Yep.
I was going to say, are you leading them to a watery grave? Yes. Yes, you are.
Let's see how that
A
goes.
cidery grave.
A cidery grave.
Cidery grave.
So I have a +2.
Cidery folk band.
I get a 10.
Oh god. Okay.
First roll she's properly hit in a while, I might add.
Yeah.
Just to murder people.
So when I drag someone under, roll on any hit, choose one of the following. I seize physical hold of them and drown them. Choose this only if you're near water and in a position to put your hands bodily on them. They can't stop you.
On a 10+ hit, you can choose to release and spare them at any time. Do you?
Well, I could do that at any time, right?
I feel like that's at any time while you're holding a drown. Like, if you drown him for long enough, he'll just die, is the thing.
I mean, that's true.
Is this being drowned or
murder drowning or a scare some sense
exactly.
into the drowning?
Yeah, what is the purpose of this drowning?
I mean, it's going to help them get drunk real fast, also, as a side bonus.
Yeah, no, I think they just die. I just drown them.
You just killed them?
Yeah.
Yep. Is there a play you want to make here to stop the audience from noticing this from happening? Or I don't know what that would be, but
I mean,
maybe if you took everyone else's breath away, like. I suppose actually, better question, Quartermaster, do you care if the audience notices you drowning Thistleberry?
I think I do because I'm technically like still full summer, and so I think I do care.
Just a little.
I care enough about the circus's like image.
Good name.
Let me have a look at the obvious plays real quick.
Yeah, I don't think conceal a murder is in there.
No, I don't think so.
Actually, I don't think it's in there.
Are you writing disaster down?
Yeah, I feel like write disaster down seems like.
Actually, no. Write disaster down would be if you didn't care what the crowd thought and you were like, I'm just gonna take it, whatever.
Yeah, no, this is stand against the tide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the tide is like the risk of their attention.
Yes.
I was gonna say the bubbles.
+1. I get a 12.
Okay.
Damn.
On a hit,
all right.
You manage to keep above water until the tide again recedes. On a 10+ hit, the MC chooses one for you.
Yeah, and so I think like the tide here is the attention of the crowd and the likelihood that they will like notice you. And so I think by the combination of their own kind of like excitement and distraction, and also the many other nightmare horses that are leading them to their seats, I think, like their attention just like splits around you and leaves you perfectly unharmed. Like somehow, even though it is in the middle of the stage, in a spotlight, no one notices this happen at all. Up to and including, I think, other members of the circus.
Yep. Because everyone is always more concerned with themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and like preparing for the show.
Yeah, and I don't think like the nightmare horse like reemerges from the still. I think they have.
Oh, okay, you're gonna make a grand entrance.
No, I think they just like they do whatever nightmare horse shit, and they're back. They emerge from the pool in their wagon.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
Cool.
done. This is their contribution.
Yeah,
that was it. Their contribution to the show. Cool. Yeah, and so then we get like stage lights come up, big spotlight on the middle of the still, where I think hopefully you managed to close it behind you. And yeah, Briar is there, smirking at the audience, and they say, "Revelers, great and small, cellarers, orchardists, cider pressers, assorted royals, nobles, and all sorts. Welcome to the HOLLYROSE Circus. We may not, I grant, have mere acrobatics and walking sticks like some other lesser circuses you may have heard of, but what we do have is a fabulous show planned for you tonight. Jumbo the Troll," and I think like spotlight comes up on Jumbo on the side of the stage, "will take bouts against all comers. I understand some of you are knights and are very good with your little swords. See how you do against our troll. And then Lady Eunice Oakroot of the Deep Forest Oakroots will perform some kind of act that she hasn't actually explained to me, but she assures me it will be very spectacular and magnificent, just as she is. And then finally, our dear, dirty, grubby, crooked Sam, Cinder Sam, will do some little magic tricks for all of you, and I'm sure you'll all clap very loudly. Anyway, on with the show." And I think we all see, like, they're still working, they started strong, but they didn't finish very strong. They're still learning. And they kind of, like, clap their hands, and kind of like just like stroll off, like the spotlight doesn't even go off. They just like stroll out of the spotlight, like, Jumbo dear, you're on.
Yes. And there's a heavy sound of floorboards creaking under stone as Jumbo takes to the stage, and holds up a very small glass bottle, inside of which there is a jester's hat has now replaced the helmet. Again, very, very small. Inside this small glass bottle, there is a white mist. And Jumbo goes, inside this bottle is a piece of winter, bottled carefully by magics greater than my own. I have kept it safe. And he placed it on like a little stool in the middle of the stage. But it does belong to the Queen of Winter. Will a brave autumn knight steal it for their own lord? Will a soldier of the Queen restore it to its rightful place? And then I'm going to tower over the bottle. So
Eunice can be heard somewhere nearby, cackling mockingly at all of these, at the idea of anyone taking anything from Jumbo.
So that is a 9, which I don't know what happens on a 9 on this roll. So when I tower over someone on any hit, no harm or danger can reach the bottle except through me.
Okay.
But on a 7-time hit, I must keep one eye on the bottle, whatever I do. So take -1 to any rolls I make while towering over it.
Yeah, and so I think, like we get an extended sequence of, like one of the Winter Queens, one of the Snow Queen's senior knights comes down. He has a sword that is made from like the morning frost, and he attempts to engage Jumbo in sword play, and like it doesn't go very well for him. I think a trio of like, they're not so much knights as like brawlers, like big burly like laborers who work for the King of Falling Leaves, all come and like together try and like grapple you and like wrestle you off the stage and like push you off the edge, and still it doesn't go very well for them. I think no, we want to end with that. I think Snap, the young Squire of Winter, we see her like okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna prove that I'm good. And she like, gives a nervous glance to like whoever is in charge of all the Winter Knights, who at some point she has gotten on the wrong side of, probably by hanging out with someone from Autumn. And so she like gets down there and like tries to like outfight Jumbo. Jumbo, are you forceful with her? Are you gentle with her? I don't think she wins.
I think Jumbo is practicing the art of making it look close at times, because that is the better show. They have been
Jumbo
encouraged.
is learning how to become a WWE wrestler.
But also, I imagine too, like you pick who gets to come close, right? Like,
Absolutely. Jumbo is deciding favorites as they step on the stage.
Yeah.
And like with the three of them made a big show of like being tug of wars back and forth, and decides that Snap pretends to be beaten back at one point, takes a large step away from the stool so that technically it's between, like, in the middle of the two of them rather than Jumbo being directly over top.
Audiences are like, oh my god.
But then, yeah, absolutely, like, at the last moment, there is a roar, and through big stone bellow, Jumbo goes, "For the HOLLYROSE CIRCUS!" and then just whaps Snap
Can I
off
ask,
stage back into her seat.
are you trying to put her off?
Yeah.
I want to make.
I feel like you got a result on your previous roll that stipulates -1s on future rolls.
Yeah.
I think I would like to see another play here. I agree, Ashley.
Well, can I make that work?
or you could like set a scene for the audience and
Yeah.
explain to them that you're stronger than everyone.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. What is my set of scene normally? +1, so +0 overall.
All right, let's see how it goes.
That's what I was hoping for.
It's not great. It's not great. That's a 4. That's a 4.
That is a 4. Could you? I would choose one anyway. Yeah.
So the thing that I wish to offer the audience was a grand heroic contest that proves, one, that Snap is a true hero amongst the knights of the Winter Court, but even their greatest hero cannot stand against Jumbo the Troll.
Jumbo the Troll.
And preferably that Jumbo the Troll can handle anyone here without actually even hurting them. That Jumbo is capable of like playing with these soldiers. They are toy soldiers to Jumbo.
Yeah. I think you do that just fine. Snap stabs you at one point.
Okay.
I don't think she means to do it. Like, I think we get the, like she is just as shocked as you are. I don't think it it doesn't hurt you, Jumbo. I do think you advance towards Winter.
Okay.
Like we see frost spread from the blade where it like has just like pierced an inch or so into you, and that's when you hit Snap, and she just like sails back to her.
So the blade goes in, and yeah, like it looks like frost for a moment, but then because Jumbo is the color of like Grand Canyon rock, like they are like that sort of quartzish color. But as it spreads, it goes from that to a dark black gray, like the color of iron, almost and like as if they have eaten the sword into themselves, and then backhand Snap with an arm made of iron into her seat.
Philemon like gasps and then like is like, oh shit, I'm not meant to be concerned. And then the two of them like lock eyes, and we get a great like mouthed from opposite sides of the tree. And with that, I believe Eunice Oakroot, it is your cue, O crowned stag.
Yeah, so Eunice like strolls onto the stage very casually, and just like Jumbo is still like mid-act, like they haven't really realized that their time is up, maybe, or at least that's what we put on, as if like the act is still going, and like Jumbo's like looking around or whatever, and Eunice just walks up to the bottle and just plucks it off the stool casually and like stuffs it in her like linen, like just tucks it away, and then like pats Jumbo on the shoulder. Good show, Jumbo. Very good. But where's the bottle gone? And like it becomes a little bit of like a Pratt comedy.
Oh, I lost the bottle, Eunice.
Let's go find it, huh, Jumbo?
Take it. Points into the audience.
And so we like ham up to the audience a little bit, and that's Jumbo's exit, is that they then go like to look for the bottle.
To look for the bottle.
Boom, 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 boom.
And then Eunice like plops it back down on the stool, or like sits on the stool, I think, and holds this piece of Winter up, and contemplates it a moment, and says, being from the line of the forest, we know that as the leaves fall, the trees await and welcome the embrace of winter. And like makes eye contact with the queen very pointedly. For it's only right that they make way, that the trees be laid bare, that their secrets be known, and that the embrace of winter, though cold, blankets them and hides away, keeps their secrets safe. And she looks at the bottle pensively again. For is not the water from the mountain peaks, the melting snow, like mother's milk to the forest, allowing spring to come once more. And she has made pointed looks at the king of the autumn and the queen as well, but then invites the audience as well. And the lighting then shifts just a little bit, and she kind of stands in as being like a maiden of spring. And the bottle has been switched because that was like a legit actual piece of winter, and then now she just has some water in a bottle that she then drinks from.
Yep. Great.
And then I would like to once more step into the woods and invite the whole
And
audience.
take everyone with it. Yeah. Cool. Let's
But
fucking do it.
first, or alongside, because I also
Mhm.
want to make it so that my hospitality prevails and is above any other law or custom.
You want to stand regal.
So I want to kind of stand regal first in that first moment, and then in drinking from the bottle, lead everyone into the woods, because there's a particular spot that's really nice. And so Eunice's
That's
bit is
sick.
going to be more like intermission / poetry jam than anything. It's like acts
Yes.
of like knightly gallantry.
Acts of
more
nobility.
so.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
So let's see how it
Sick.
goes with standing regal first, which I am, of course, very good at.
Of course.
And so of course I will fail horribly. No, I get a 7, thank goodness. Okay.
Good. Phew.
So I can choose 2. So yeah, everyone, I bid them welcome and to make free that my hospitality now prevails here for them above any other law or custom.
Yeah. Damn.
And so that applies to everyone.
Yep.
Everyone is welcome to, take part of my hospitality, which will be revealed momentarily. But then for the queen and king specifically, that they must come forward and address me. And maybe this is how we can secure them for that final bit of the act with Cinder Sam as well.
Yeah. And so,
they kind of are impelled to participate, whereas certainly with the queen, she probably wouldn't want to.
Yeah. And so the two of them, the two of them come down onto the stage. I think the king just like jumps off the balcony, and like
does he drift through the air like a falling leaf? Like,
yeah, and like the train of his robe like dissolves so he like a breeze carrying autumn leaves carries him with it down onto the stage. And I think the queen just kind of like shakes her head and like looks around for Nell, who is nowhere to be seen, because of course the ideal way would be to ride her owl down on stage. And then failing that, I think just like,
I mean, I'll do the gallant thing and like, offer my hand up for her to like step down onto, because I can hold her
exactly right. I think she waits, and then she steps onto your hand, you drop her down on stage, and then we step into the woods. Let's see where we're going.
As this has all happened, like kind of without our noticing, like the walls of the inside of this tree have turned into a forest, and like the seats are branches. So the people who have remained in their seats are like sitting on the boughs of trees and all this kind of thing.
Yeah, cool.
And with this, I get +1. Just step into the woods. Here we go. I get a 9 for this. I can't get to go hang out with my dad if I roll a 10. So we are at a place of high wild beauty, a wooded crag close to the stars, with an ancient stone circle and a spring of water so pure and cold that you can become drunk on it. And so just like with her metaphor or her like poem is embodied very literally in this place where it's like we can see like a mountain valley with a glacier in it and a river that runs down and through this circle of stones. And so this bottle that she was holding, she then like dips in the water and offers to the king, and then dips in the water and offers to the queen to drink from.
And I think like the surface of the still that was the stage is now just the water, and you three are standing on like a rock somewhere that's like jutting out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's seated in the boughs of the trees all around, and they're all like, woo, they're cheering, they're very excited. Someone is calling out some commentary on like how noble and regal you are, very loudly. And then Cinder Sam, it is your turn to bring us home.
Yeah, all right.
Not literally.
And so I think to pass the baton,
to hand over.
like she says, those secrets must be kept. There's none better than Cinder Sam, and like gestures to you, and suddenly you're like there, perched on a rock or something.
Yep, exactly. I've done the emerge from the
mud,
the mud thing. Yep.
And then like, for here we are not kings or queens, but merely wayward souls adrift. And then she like kind of melts to the background for a little bit.
Yeah. That's perfect. So the thing that I would like to start with is I would really like to blindfold the audience.
Okay.
Because that phrasing that you left off with is exactly what I was thinking. So I think I'm gonna just start out with that, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll go from there. Let me blindfold. How good am I at blindfolding them? Oh yeah, decent. +1. Oh yeah,
Nice.
it's a 12. Fantastic. Okay,
Damn,
that's
such
great.
blindfolding.
So I am choosing that everyone in the audience feels lost, disoriented, and out of all certainty, like souls adrift. And the way that this works is, I think that everyone in the audience, including the king and the queen, they all simultaneously have this experience where they realize that they've been paying so much attention to Eunice and what's happening on the stage that they didn't notice they're somehow by themselves. And everyone kind of ends up, there's this sort of twisting mist that has risen up from the ground and has surrounded everyone, so that they all feel as though they are standing alone in this forest and looking into the pool. And in the pool there is the reflection of some clouds clearing, and an image of the moon appears in the water, but it's kind of cycling through its phases, and so everyone kind of gets this image. And Sam is standing on the kind of opposite side of the pool.
You do get a second choice with blindfold someone because you got a 10+.
Oh, all right. I'll choose 2. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm going to choose tell them something. They believe it uncritically as long as they're blindfolded.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is I want to like push everyone that little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell them that the future is all or nothing. And what they choose now
is forever.
Exactly.
Okay.
But I want to and I want to leave that for like a beat, and then I want to unblindfold everyone.
Okay.
And so like I think there is sort of I kind of stay and stare at them, and make eye contact with each person, sort of feeling like they are on their own, and kind of watch this reaction that they have. And when I feel like it's sort of come to a point where they are beginning to become really afraid, then I remove the illusion. And I have a question for Eunice, which is, does the rest of the show take place in the woods? Like, shall I continue to keep us there, or should I, can I bring us back into the tree, or is that something that you do? What do you feel?
I think I have to do that.
Yeah.
Usually.
So then the question more is, at this point, do you, or do you think it's better that we stay?
My notion was that in taking the choice where my hospitality now prevails for them above any other law and custom, that allows the king and queen both to engage as people rather than being
of course, idols. Because they're in your space. I love that.
And so to just keep them in this place where they are agnostic to that stuff until we have
Great.
completed our agenda.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's great. So yeah, I think then when I remove this kind of blindfold, this mist, simultaneously, you know, everyone sees the rest of the people around them again, and they realize that the thing I told them was not true. You know, they have this sense of, oh, we believed that because of where we were, but that's not how things are. And I think, yeah, I kind of speak to everyone, but mostly I'm now kind of speaking to the king and to the queen, but I'm kind of like speaking to the audience through them. And yeah, and I say, just as Eunice reminded us of the branches that must be laid bare, we come out of our dreams and illusions and we see the way things really are. And sometimes it is easy to feel that change will happen to us suddenly, that we might take a wrong step in the woods. We might find ourselves somewhere terrible, somewhere we can't come back from. But that's not really how change happens, just like that's not really how the seasons happen. There isn't one day where everything is suddenly different. Change is gradual. It happens to us all the time, little by little. And I think like, yeah, I think there is maybe some kind of vignettes that are like presenting themselves sort of in the air around me and around the audience that are like, if it were, if this were Japanese poetry, these would be like kigo, like images of different seasons, specific parts of the things that represent like the seasons within seasons. And I think I would really love to do the move to lay someone bare and see if I can finish it off with that, and hopefully that'll go well.
You're good at it. So
that's true. I am good at it. So
don't worry, if it goes wrong, I have a backup plan.
Fantastic. Good.
Drag them all under and everyone forgets who they are.
Yeah, brilliant.
Ingenious.
Great.
All right. I'm going to try to lay bare the whole audience, but particularly
but the ones we care about are.
Exactly. Yeah, the king and queen. All right. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, what's the miss?
On a miss, choose one
anyway. But in the act, you lay yourself bare as well. All right, I'm good with that. That's good. The MC chooses one against you and asks you how you react in turn. Fantastic. I'll take it. So I would like to reveal to them their best way forward. I want there to be a sense that, everyone feels a glimmer of hope within them, and has that kind of moment of, oh, actually, yeah, all right. No, I know what I'm going to do about whatever it is that's, that's causing them that kind of, whatever feels right to them. Yeah, that's what I would like.
And how they react to that revelation.
Yeah.
Is the queen very slowly and very hesitantly like reaches out and like wraps her arm around like the shoulders of her grandson.
Good.
And like pulls him in close.
Good.
You reveal to yourself your secret heart. How do you react to this revelation?
Yeah. Ooh.
Or perhaps is that a good place for us to leave things? Because I feel like climactic choices or no, like I feel like this has been a pretty satisfactory show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm happy either way. I'm happy to have a reaction to it or not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Tell us not what you see, but like, yeah, how do you? I think the last thing we see before stage lights go down is we see Philemon and Snap like meet each other's eyes, and they both like blush, and they both like now seem to realize that the other is blushing, and like we get the sense that those two will be able to like acknowledge their feelings for each other and like actually
Hold
take
hands.
hold hands and
Luke.
That's so
and stuff.
lewd. Oh my god.
They're sitting
Please.
on opposite sides of
TOS.
the fucking thing. And yeah, I think we see the Cellarer just kind of like nods in satisfaction, like, yes, this was my best way forward all along. And what comes next is apple picking.
Yes.
And
yes.
yeah, and like, the King of Falling Leaves snuggles into the side of his grandmother, and his grandmother holds him close. And I think we see like a single happy tear drip down her face. And then yeah, what does we see on Cinder Sam's face as stage lights go down and we end this play?
I think if because you chose you reveal your secret heart, was that the one that you chose? I think Sam is looking at the king and the queen, and and has this look of like like they look very kind of relieved and satisfied, like, oh yes, okay, this was the thing that I like hoped for them. And then there is sort of like I think an expression that passes over their face where they look a little sad. They look like they have been surprised by some kind of unexpected sad emotion upon like looking at these two embracing. And so there is this sort of, I think, a moment of like, oh, there's a painful feeling that sort of happened and surprised them, I think, is what you see.
Yeah. And so how stage lights go down, curtain comes down, house lights come up, the stage come out, the cast come out, they take their bows. And yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end this little one shot. Thank you all so much for playing this dope weird fairy game with me.
I really like this game.
It's a fucking
it is a very good game.
Very good game. Yeah, people in the audience, you can find it by either typing the command. Ashley, what's the command?
Kickstarter, I think, isn't it?
For the Kickstarter, it's !Kickstarter.
Yep.
And if you want to find more of the show,
where we play this game,
we have been playing a lot of this game in the chat. If you do !Feelings First, or if you go to soundcloud.com/feelingsfirst, you'll be able to find many episodes of Luke, Finbar, me, and Gwen, who can be with us today, playing a very extended campaign of Under Hollow Hills. We've loved it. It's great.
A tour,
go check it
please.
Out.
A tour of Under Hollow Hills.
Yes.
Also, you will find playlists with our alumni here.
Yes.
Yeah, if you enjoyed the stylings of our fellow cast members, you can also find games that they were in. I believe, as Mistress of Ceremonies, I declare the revels over, and I will hand responsibilities back to Ashley. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, excellent. So thanks everyone so much for watching. Let's go around and do some shout outs with everyone, and then we will bid you all farewell. Luke, do you want to do some shout outs?
Yeah, I have been your Minister of Revels and Mistress of Ceremonies. You can buy the sad, spooky, sincere games that I write at gamesfromthewildwood.itch.io, or you can follow me on Twitter at wildwoodsgames.
Wicked. Andrew?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at CommutingCrow. I'm running a game called Girl by Moonlight that's about the struggles of tragic magical girls. And also you can find me at Big Bad Con if you want to say hi, because I will be there as well.
Emily?
Yeah, hi, I have been Emily. You can find me on Twitter at Blackwall Says, where I am vulnerable about my feelings and sometimes ramble about the science of plants and sometimes do art things. And sometimes I am a real actual witch, like in real life.
Finbar.
I'm on Twitter at FinbarDS. Tomorrow, be sure to follow me if you want to listen to a man very rapidly edit an episode of a podcast, because I am incapable of counting to 2 weeks. And definitely have the episode ready to go for its release date.
100%. It's right there.
I
It's
feel
going to
like
be done.
we've earned a little bit of an allowance.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
Just a little bit.
Also, very last thing, I successfully completed a lap around the sun on Saturday. I am now 26 summers of age.
Congratulations.
Hey!
And I, for that, went to see Marvel Universe Live, which was glorious trash.
Oh
Just-
my god.
Excellent.
That's me.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Well, thank you all. I've been Ashley Nova. This is my channel. If you want to hit me up with a follow and see some of the other stuff that I've been up to, you can also find me on Twitter at Dr. Ashley Nova. And if you are a trash bag like me, you can find me on TikTok at Dr. Ashley Nova, where I have been making some choice memes. Thank you all for watching. Please do check out the Kickstarter and our very cool, very feelings first podcast. And we will see you perhaps sometime in the future. Farewell and enjoy your evenings. Bye now.